Alright guys, back with another video here. So, former Prime Minister of Canada, Stephen Harper, had some pretty harsh things to say about Jagmeet Singh. I don't know exactly how long or how old this video is, but it did just resurface, and I thought it was pretty funny and clever, so I thought we'd have a look at this and then we'll talk about it after, like usual.
The advice I give conservative opposition leaders these days is quite different. I tell them, I mean, obviously, get on some issue themes, but, you know, the Conservative Party of Canada doesn't have to do anything today to be the major contender for power in the next election. It is. It will be the. In fact, with the NDP as a branch plant now of the Liberal Party, you know, geez, only Jagmeet Singh could walk into a room with Trudeau and come out with a deal where he gets nothing. I mean, you know. Seriously, I just look. I say this is out of pure jealousy. I just wish I'd had an opposition leader like that somewhere. You know, support me, and I'll make sure you never have to go back to the voters, or at least for 5 years. You know, the Reform Party, or sorry, the Conservative Party will be the contender for power. Period. Yeah. So I think that it is, what I say to conservative opposition leaders is, your job today, broadly speaking, indicate a direction you're going to go, but it's not to talk about how you would run the country. It is to hold the government accountable for how it is running the country and making it where it's mismanagement, incompetence, and corruption. That's the job. And I really worry, and I know people say develop the plans, develop the proposals, but I worry that that's what the liberal media here wants Pierre Poilievre to do. Make himself the issue, let them hold him accountable, for his solution, while the government you know, continues on what I think is, for the most part, a pretty poor course, and they're off the hook. The time to tell people about your alternatives in detail is in an election campaign. And look, what's important though is, while you're not talking about those details now, you better be developing them in the meantime. And I can tell you from experience, once you get into office, you better have some idea then what you're going to do, because it ain't going to fall into your lap. And look, unfortunately, when Pierre becomes the next Prime Minister, and I believe that's going to happen,
yeah, this must be a little bit old.
Look, he's going to face. I was very fortunate, you know. I was one of the rare conservative prime ministers in 100 years who came to office when things were actually pretty good, and I don't think Pierre is going to come in under those kind of circumstances.
Yeah, statements like that. I don't think Pierre's going to come into a situation that's good. That must be a little bit old, because obviously the situation is dire right now, and we clearly need a change and someone to clean up these financial mistakes. Now, going back to what he said about Jagmeet Singh, which I thought was really funny, where he says only Jagmeet Singh could come out of a deal with Justin Trudeau and get absolutely nothing. And that's correct. I mean, all Justin Trudeau has done is given Jagmeet Singh the scraps whenever Jagmeet Singh gets a little bit upset. Because, he's got some ideas, we'll pretend to entertain them. And then when he gets mad and frustrated and we think that maybe he'll turn on us and vote for a vote of non-confidence, we'll just give him some scraps. Here you go, Jagmeet. Here's something for you and your supporters, so just keep your mouth shut and keep me in power. Jagmeet Singh is such a bad negotiator. Trudeau essentially bent him over the table. Like, hey Trudeau, I'll keep you in power as long as you give me the scraps. Why wouldn't he negotiate at least a seat at the table? Hey, listen, if I'm going to keep you in power, I'm going to be in your cabinet. So whatever, minister you want me to be, you figure it out. That's the job of a prime minister. You just have to be a really good delegator. But Jagmeet Singh should have said, you're going to make me a cabinet member so I have a say and I can influence this party with some ideas. But he didn't. I mean, he's such a joke. Just imagine if Jagmeet Singh was prime minister and he had to go and do a negotiating deal with Trump. Good Lord. I mean, that would go so badly for not just Jagmeet Singh, but all of Canada. I mean, I don't even know what the consequences would be. I mean, it would be so bad we'd lose every deal, or we'd get the raw end of the raw end of every single deal if Jagmeet Singh was our negotiator. Not to mention that party can't run a province, they can't run a city, they can't run a constituency office, for crying out loud, but they can run a country. Good Lord, I can't imagine. You know, people say, well, let's give the NDP a chance. They've been given chances. How's Hamilton doing? How's Toronto doing? How's BC doing? How's London doing? Like, what are you talking about? They've had all kinds of chances. And all they do is make things even worse than what Trudeau makes it. I'm telling you, as bad as Justin Trudeau is, Jagmeet Singh would be even worse. He's not good or professional at any level. He's a joke. The party's a joke. And unless they get a new leader, their party's going to eventually crumble as well. So, I mean, I don't know what, you know, high-end members of the NDP are thinking, like Peter Julian or Matthew Green, but they must be thinking, hey, one of us has to replace this clown. Yeah, he might beat Trudeau in terms of seats in the next election, my dead cat can beat Trudeau in terms of seat totals in the next election. Like, it's not hard. You just have to be. You could have a prime minister and just do nothing, and at least it wouldn't make it worse. But if you had a prime minister who did nothing after Stephen Harper left, Canada would be in a much better place right now. If the person just did nothing, but Trudeau comes in here, and everything is worse 10 years later, and so many people are in big financial trouble. They can't afford anything. There's so many people like that, and the number is growing. The amount of homeless people is growing. And we need change, and we need it as soon as possible. But let me know what you guys think in the comments section. Did you like what you saw from Stephen Harper there? And what do you think of him as a prime minister? Did you wish that he beat Justin Trudeau back in 2015? That's kind of a silly question because I think the answer might be obvious. But let me know what you guys think. I always enjoy engaging with you guys. Please also don't forget to like and subscribe as it really helps grow the channel. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll be back shortly with a new video.